What's up guys, it's Amir here, and today I'm going to be going over how to make your trend trades 10 times as profitable as they are now. So a lot of issues with trend traders is that they see a small trend and then they try to take the trade, but as soon as they take it, they get completely stopped out because they don't have confluence whenever it comes to their trades. So I'm going to show you two things that can really amp up your win rate, will lower your amount of trades that you take, but increase the amount of confluence that you have and the overall return on investments that you have whenever it comes to your trades. Now, the first thing I'm going to be showing you is called the 8 EMA trend continuation model, or the 8TCM for short. All you're using is an 8-length exponential moving average, which is right here. All you do is go to indicators, type in EMA, and then you'll click on moving average exponential, and then simply just go to the EMA, make sure that the input is set to 8 for the length, and then close for the source. And then that's all you need. You don't need any other indicators for this specifically. So that is that 8 TCM. And all we're going to be doing is just simply finding two things. First thing is, whenever we're in a bullish trend, we're going to see higher highs and higher lows being formed over this EMA, which signals a strong bullish trend to the upside. Or if we're looking at a bearish trend, then we're going to see lower highs and lower lows being formed under this 8 EMA. And once we see that, then it'll signal a strong bearish trend going to this downside. So bullish trend, we need higher highs and higher lows. But if it's a bearish trend, then we need lower highs and lower lows. Now, the second thing for our entries is that once we see these higher highs and higher lows being formed over the 8 EMA for a bullish trend, then what we need is for price to create a pullback to the 8 EMA and then a rejection candle to continue to the upside. So all that really means is that if we look right here, we have two rejection candles. So price pushes up, it pulls back to this 8 EMA to create two wicks right here. And then once we see the two wicks, we notice that it continued to close over the 8 EMA. And then once that happened, it continued to push up. And then now we have a bullish continuation trend. And then the same thing here, it created a lower high, push back to the 8 EMA to reject off of it, and then continue to the upside. And then same thing with the bearish trend. With here, we have lower highs and lower lows being formed under the 8 EMA, signaling a bearish trend. And then we have numerous pullbacks. We have a pullback right here. We have a pullback right here. We have a pullback right here. And then we have another pullback right here. And then if we decided to see these pullbacks and then get into one of these pullbacks, then let's just say we target 500 ticks to the downside, and then we have a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio here. We go ahead and get into that trade, and then once we get into that trade, the price continues to go to the downside, and we ended up hitting our trade here. But we can see that price continued to respect this 8 EMA and continue to stay under it, because based on the past historical data of the market, it continued to close under the 8 EMA, and ever since we got into our entry, it continued to stay under until we ended up getting out. That is what I call the 8 EMA trend continuation model. All we're doing is just using an 8-length exponential moving average to continue with the trend. And that alone will get you a high return on investment with your trades, because following the trend is the best profitable way that I've found as a trader, and can make you a really good amount of money if you decide to stay patient and disciplined with your entries. Now, one of the best confluences that you can add with this is simple support and resistance. So if you search up support and resistance and then add support and resistance levels with breaks, then it'll show you where support and resistance areas are formed without you having to do any type of research on the levels, because it's automatically going to form them for you. So what you'll do is just go to the support and resistance indicator, and then you'll click on it. You can change the color whatever you want it to be, but the only two things that you'll be changing is you'll click on here and then just toggle on a price line for the resistance, and you'll click here and just toggle on a price line for the support. That's all you need to do, and then it automatically does everything else for you. But with this indicator, if you go to a lower time frame, then it'll automatically form specific support and resistance levels for you without you having to do anything. So as we can see, a support level was formed here, which indicates that if price comes to this level, there's a very good chance that price will end up rejecting off of that level to the upside. From the outside looking in, it may look like, why would you use a support and resistance indicator if that contradicts a trend continuation trade? And the reason why you use it is so you can know what zones not to trade on. If you're trying to trade a bearish trade and you have price that's right here, then it wouldn't be a good idea to take that bearish trade, because we have support right here that's contradicting the trend. And there is a chance that price will continue to the downside. But since there is a support level there, it's not guaranteed. And that just reduces the chances that you actually hit that trade, because once price hits that support level, it can be an indication that price will go back to the upside and reverse. Of course, nothing is guaranteed, but you use these zones as places to not trade. So for example, let's go ahead and continue it. We have price that came back to the zone. It didn't come straight back to this specific line, but then again, these lines aren't absolute. It's just an overall zone that these lines draw out. So price came back to the zone and then went straight back up. And then if you continue it, we have a resistance level that was formed right here. And then if you continue to play it out, price came back to this specific zone again. And then if you continue to play it out again, then we'll see that price rejects once again off this same exact zone and then goes back to the upside. So that is a very good example of trading with this support and resistance indicator, because now we know that the trend is consolidated. And if we zoom out right here, we see that consolidation is right here. Even though on these other time frames we may see a bearish trend still going to the downside, we'll still see that price is being consolidated based off of these specific zones that price is formed using this indicator. I may be asking, how do we end up getting into a trade using these zones? What gives the indication that once price does this specific thing, then we can get into an 8 TCM trade? So first thing that we want is for price to either break a zone. And then the second thing is that we want at least 3 rejections over or under the zone on that 8 EMA, depending on what trend direction we're going in. So if we're going in a bullish direction, if price continues to this upside, then what we want is price to close over it. And then what we want is price to wick over the 8 EMA 3 times, and then we'll be able to get into a trade. And then if we're going into a bearish trade, continuation trade, we want price to break under this support level. And then once that happens, we want the EMA to come down and then price to reject off of it at least 3 times. And then we'll be able to get into that bearish continuation trade. But as long as price is consolidated right here, then that gives us an indication that that's not a good idea to take a trend trade, because there is no trend at that point. The only thing that we can do at that point, and the best trade we can trade, is no trade, because we have straight consolidation here and it does not agree with the trend. So if we continue to play it, then it's going to continue to consolidate. But as we can see, price finally ended up breaking over the 8 EMA. And then we had one rejection here. If we go ahead and zoom in some more, we have one rejection here. We have another rejection right here off the area. And then we have another rejection right here off that equilibrium zone area as well. Now you may be asking, why are we getting into this trade if it didn't wick exactly off of that 8 EMA? Well, if we go to a lower time frame and we delete these drawings, we'll see that price is respecting this 8 EMA right here. And then we even have a 8 EMA rejection zone right here as well. So you don't have to be too precise with those rejections, but we obviously see that price has came down to some sort of 8 EMA zone and then it rejects off of it. So we can go back to that 3 minute and we can obviously see that we have 3 rejections off the EMA right here. And then we can finally use that to determine that since that has happened, and since we had a break on that resistance zone, now we can get into a bullish continuation trade, because the trend has reversed at that point. So now since we have that indication to get into that trade, now what we want to do is put our stop loss back into that zone. So if price does go back into the area of this resistance zone that's now acting as support, because this zone is now under, and if price comes back to the zone and then it goes back up, then that's acting as support. So now we have a support area right here. And what we want for price to do is, if it does come back to this area, we still want to be into this trade and we want it to reject off of this zone, so we can still have that cushion to still go back to the upside. So like I said, we want to put our stop loss into the zone, and then we want to target a newer high, because we already have confirmation that price is going to continue to the upside due to our confluences. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and target let's just say for this example, 200 ticks for the stop and 300 for the take profit. And if we go ahead and get into this trade, then we'll be able to see that price ended up going back down, breaking under this 8 EMA, but still rejected off of that support area and then continued to this upside. And then a new support area was formed, which is where it ended up wicking off of, continuing to this upside. And then price ended up coming into this support area once it broke through, continued to this upside, came back down to the support area, then continued to the upside again, came down a couple more times, and then ended up hitting our take profit. And the most craziest thing about this is that it may look choppy whenever we ended up getting in, but there was two things. The first thing was our extra confluence that we ended up adding, which was the support and resistance. Whenever price broke to that area, we had confirmation that a trend was forming back to this upside, and then price ended up going back down to that same exact support area that I told you guys that we want our stop loss under, and then continue to this upside, formed a new support area, continued to the upside. However, if we look at the 8 EMA, it seemed like it was not respecting it, and it was not respecting it whatsoever on this specific time frame. But if we go to a higher time frame, then we're able to see that price completely respected its 8 EMA and was a complete A+ graph, because we had numerous rejections off that 8 EMA, numerous rejections, and it completely respected that 8 EMA back to that upside. And we ended up catching that trend early because we had that extra confluence versus waiting all day to see these multiple rejections off the 8 EMA, then end up getting in on, let's just say, this candle. And even if, let's just say, we didn't use the support and resistance and we got in, let's just say, off of this rejection here, because we had numerous rejections back to this upside, signaling a bullish trend going to the upside. So if we end up getting in right there, then we play it out, we still would end up hitting that trade because price continued to respect this 8 EMA. However, instead of getting in right here, we would have gotten in right here because we had that extra confluence. So that's a good example of how to make your trend continuation trades 10 times better. And once you really practice this stuff and really master it, it gets very easy to find these entries and do it the exact same way every single time. But it doesn't matter what strategy you use. You need to have some type of discipline and rule book and execute it the same way every single time whenever you're trading it, because you won't have a return on investment. Or if you're trading at ATCM, or if you're trading at ATCM plus support and resistance, it doesn't matter, because if you don't have the discipline to execute it the same way every single time, then you won't be a successful trader. But that'll be it from me, guys. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and drop a like on it. If you want more content like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I release content like this regularly to help you guys trade and succeed as a trader. And if you have any questions or concerns about this strategy and confluence, go ahead and drop it in the comments and I'll respond to you. And lastly, if you want coaching on this, I have a free 7-day access where you can get access to my coaching VIP and I can help you out there. But other than that, that'll be it from me, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.